I'm a busy guy. I need to get an agent.
Well, I mean, 20 years from now, we will be able to... are you keeping track of where these interviews show up?
You know, that's a very, very good point. And to be honest with you, I did Google because I wanted to get the one from Times Herald Record, which is Dow Jones Media. And I Googled it and I was like, oh my goodness. Because I guess we have shared feeds with other publications, but like, probably half a dozen, different referrals to it.
Oh, good.
To answer your specific question, I don't know if that means that they've actually taken the story or will reprint, or whether it's just in someone's database.
Right, because is this all print, or is anything going to go on radio or TV?
Well, I think it's all print. In fact, so far it is indeed all print. The one group that I spoke to yesterday is a Time Warner cable affiliate in New York State, and they said, we have these in New York City, and we have Binghamton and Potsdam and Newburgh and along Westchester. But having said that, they said, well, we can't tell you at this point which local stations will pick the story up.
I see, because that's the real power of this. If you can just get a snippet, if you have something that's print, I can video the print, post it, and then send it out to people to my students and ask them to click it. So we might get 100 clicks on something that has.
Steve, yes, of course. Of course, that's what we should do. Absolutely.
Just read it. Just read it.
Getting the viral side taken down, because I was furiously trying to cut and paste and link and whatever, but I think what you're suggesting could be far more immediate, more effective.
Once it gets on YouTube, the key is to get it on YouTube, and the way to get it on YouTube is to make a video. And the easiest video is just point the camera at the article and read it.
Yeah. I'm gonna send it to you because you have such an amazing voice and good diction, and it's very clear, and you're obviously good on the YouTube side. So if you have some time, it's not a huge article, but it's really effective for communicating kind of what it is that the group does, and a little bit of kind of anecdotal, community building and so forth. So I think the guy did a great job.
That's terrific. And all we need is a couple of photos for me to alternate between while I'm also pointing at the words.
Well, that's okay. Because the one thing I did notice when I went on this morning is for some reason I could not bring up the photograph, which was it wasn't a great photograph, but it was good. It had one of the poultry farmers who I'm working with, and she had all her wonderful eggs and so forth. So it was a good shot, and there was kind of a headshot of me from behind. So not especially flattering, but I'll let it go.
Yeah, right. But then.
But it doesn't load when I go on Google and do a search. The photograph does not load. The story loads.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's maybe a copyright issue.
Well, and I'm sure you have your own photos, though, that could be associated with the story. I mean, that's one of the key things.
I'm glad you raised that question, because Nancy took photos on her